Hello guys, welcome to my championship predictions for the 20 to 21 season. This video is just for a bit of fun, so please leave your opinions in the comments. I'll be interested to see your opinion. But if you do enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. So let's get into the video. Rock bottom of the table in 24th, I've gone with Sheffield Wednesday. They have 12 points deducted due to financial problems and they've lost a few players, so I don't think they'll have enough quality to survive. I just think they'll finish bottom with the 12 points deducted. That's the reason why they will go down. Next, but still to get relegated, is Wycombe Wanderers. I have to give credit for them to actually making it this far into the championship. They have got a decent manager, Gareth Ainsworth, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. But looking at every other club in the championship, I can't really see them having enough quality to survive. So in 22nd place, I've got Rotherham United. They finished second in League One last year, so they're a massive yo-yo club that over the past years can't decide what league they're in. But can I see them surviving? No, not really. So just to miss out on the relegation spot is Huddersfield Town. A bit of a shocker, but with the time they've got to spend the money in the transfer window, I can see them struggling a bit. I do worry for Huddersfield, but I think they'll just survive this season. The next up is Barnsley. They only just survived due to Wigan's 12-point deduction, but they really don't have any goal scorers. But if they did have one, I would put them in mid-table, but Barnsley just to survive for me. In 19th, I've got Coventry. They've had a really good season last year, walking League One, finishing in first, and it is really good to see them back in the Championship. I think we might see a few shocker results from Coventry this year. The next up is Stoke. Have they got a new manager to get them back into the top flight of football, back in the Premier League? They have certainly got some experienced team, which is positive, which is always what you need, but they really need some young players for the future, and I can't see them having another good season in the Championship until they sort their squad out again. Next up is Luton. They did amazing last season to beat Blackburn on the last day. I don't really think they have a lot of experience in this squad, but I do have a feeling they will do well this season. So I've decided to put them as a survive relegation. Next is Middlesbrough. I don't really have any worries for them or any concerns. They have Neil Warnock, who is an experienced manager, so I reckon they'll finish comfortably in mid-table or around there. Now Derby County have had a bit of a downfall since Lampard left in the summer after the playoff final against Villa, which they lost, which is massive, but they have a nice blend between experience and young players, so I reckon they'll finish around mid-table again this season. I've put my club Birmingham in 14th because we have a good manager, Adel Cranker, and after Jude Bellingham left, we have a lot of money to spend in the transfer window, but I can't see us fighting promotion this season. So bang on mid-table, I've gone with Bristol City. I didn't really know where to put Bristol. They're either going to do really well or really bad. I'm not too sure. Fans are not too happy with their new manager. It's just whether he can improve the team and bring some experienced players for the Championship in. 12th, I've gone with Preston North End. They need a few more players, including a goal scorer, to be able to push for promotion, the playoffs at least. But they don't have any money, which is the problem, so I've put them in 12th. Reading had a poor run of form last season at the start, and then brought in a new manager and had a good run of form. So if he can retain that form, then I think they'll comfortably finish mid-table. Nottingham Forest absolutely bottled their playoff chances last season. They were in the playoffs for most of the season, apart from the last day where they got beat by Stoke 4-1. However, they do have a 20-goal striker, Lewis Grabban, and they have signed Lyle Gale, so they should be trying for playoffs again next season, I hope. QPR have a big gap to fill next season following the departure of Eze, who went to Crystal Palace, and they have £15 million to replace him. He also scored 14 goals in the last season, so they will for sure miss him this season. 8th, I've put Bournemouth. It's been a busy transfer window for them. They've signed some new players after their relegation from the Premier League, but the biggest problem is their manager. That's why I've put them in 8th position. Swansea were lucky to get into the playoffs on the last day of the season. Unlucky they couldn't do enough to get promoted to the Premier League. But they have had a lot of draws last season, but can they just turn them draws into wins? But I think they will definitely be fighting for the playoffs this season. So just to get into the playoffs, I've gone with Blackburn. They had a really good season last year, finishing 11th. I think they did overachieve and it was a bit of shock to everyone. And I think they will be able to improve on the squad going into the season with a goal scorer like Bradley Dack. Hopefully they can keep him though. That's how they would get into the playoffs, I think. So another team to get into the playoffs is Millwall. I reckon Gary Rowett is a great manager and will able to move the club forward in this transfer window. In fourth place I've got Cardiff. They were very unlucky to lose in the playoffs last season. Neil Harris has done very well to get them to fifth place, but if they get a goal scorer they would definitely get to the playoffs, even actually top two. Norwich was the first team to get relegated in the Premier League last season. They are a yo-yo club and if they keep a few of their players, I think they'll definitely do really well next season and get at least the playoffs. To finish in second is Brentford. They were really close to getting promoted last season. They just missed out on automatics and lost in the playoffs. They played really nice football and scored the most goals in the league, but the question is, can they keep their players? If they are good defensively, I think they'll finish in the top two, definitely. I think Watford will win the league. They got relegated last season, but if they can keep their players and back their manager, I believe that they can win the league next season. I think they'll do really well. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And leave your comments below if you agree with my predictions or not. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.